The story of Moses, a significant figure in the Bible, is a tale of God's holiness and the consequences of disobedience. Moses was chosen by God to free the Israelites from slavery in Egypt and guide them to the Promised Land. Despite facing numerous challenges, including resistance from the Pharaoh and disobedience from his own people, he managed to accomplish extraordinary feats. Moses' journey was not easy, but with God's help, he managed to accomplish extraordinary feats such as parting the Red Sea and receiving the 10 Commandments on Mount Sinai. However, his actions, such as striking a rock twice instead of speaking to it, led to his death. The absence of Moses' body serves as a reminder of God's holiness and the serious consequences of disobedience. Moses' vision of the Promised Land was granted to him by God, but could never achieve. His journey began many years earlier, when God called him from a burning bush in the desert. Moses faced the mighty Pharaoh, endured the plagues that devastated Egypt, and led his people through the Red Sea. Moses received the 10 Commandments on Mount Sinai, serving as a mediator between God and the Israelites. Moses guided the Israelites for 40 years in the desert, facing countless difficulties and rebellions. However, his actions in the waters of Meribah, where the people cried out for water, marked a crucial flaw in his leadership. God instructed Moses to strike the rock twice, demonstrating a lack of faith and disobedience. Moses' story highlights the importance of honoring God's holiness in our lives and the consequences of disobedience. In the story of Moses, the Israelites faced a crisis as they neared the end of their 40-year journey through the desert. They sought divine guidance to solve their urgent need for water, but Moses and Aaron deviated from the instructions, striking the rock twice instead of speaking to it. This act of disobedience had severe consequences, as God told Moses and Aaron that they would not enter the Promised Land because they had not shown enough confidence to sanctify him before the Israelites. The story of the waters of Meribah serves as a powerful reminder of the implications of disobedience, especially for those in positions of leadership. Moses, one of the greatest prophets, was prevented from completing his mission due to a moment of disobedience. This video highlights the importance of following divine instructions precisely and the need to trust God fully even in times of frustration and difficulty. The story of Meribah carries deep symbolism and valuable lessons. In Exodus 17, when the Israelites first faced thirst, God instructed Moses to strike a rock to provide water, which prefigured Christ as our Redeemer. However, Moses' impatience and lack of faith led to the distortion of the symbolism and the compromise of the integrity of the symbol. This teaches about the importance of precise obedience to divine instructions, as even seemingly minor actions can have major consequences. Moses' actions, while seemingly minor, led to his being denied entry into the Promised Land, a destination he had dedicated his life to. The incident at Meribah highlights the importance of humility and faith in leadership. Moses, a great leader, faced the consequences of his actions, such as striking the rock instead of speaking to it as God had commanded. This act of arrogance highlighted that even the most devout can fail, and all credit and glory must be given to God. Moses' failure to demonstrate faith in the command to speak to the rock required a deeper faith. This lesson can be learned from the symbolism and lessons of Meribah, who honored God with obedience and unshakable faith in his word and promises. It serves as a companion on the journey of faith, providing insights and inspiration from the heart of the Bible. Moses' life is a blend of great faith, unwavering leadership, and a constant reminder of the importance of following God's instructions. His death and burial mark the end of one era and the beginning of another, with Joshua leading the people to the Promised Land. Moses' story invites us to reflect on our own obedience to God and seek to honor him in all our actions. By learning from Moses' example, we can live lives that glorify God in humility and faithfulness. In Jude 1:9, the archangel Michael confronts Satan in a dispute over the body of Moses. This event, though brief and not very detailed in Scripture, carries deep symbolism and offers important lessons about spiritual warfare. Michael, known as the protector of God's people and leader of the heavenly armies, finds himself face to face with Satan, possibly aiming to corrupt the people of Israel or divert their faith. Michael, in his angelic authority, does not resort to insults or direct accusations against Satan, but instead proclaims, "The Lord rebuke you," demonstrating that victory over evil is only possible through divine power. This event reminds us that the struggle of believers is not against mortal adversaries, but against spiritual powers and forces of evil. The story also teaches us about humility and dependence on God. Just like Michael, we must remember that our security and victory are in God. Michael's contest with Satan over the body of Moses is more than an intriguing episode. It is a symbol of the ongoing spiritual battle we face. Moses' life is rich in lessons about faith, leadership, obedience, and the consequences of human actions. The story culminates in events that reveal God's holiness and the seriousness of obedience to his commands. The death of Moses, buried by God in an unknown location, is an act full of symbolism, as it preserves Moses' holiness and prevents any form of idolatry around his tomb. In conclusion, the life of Moses is a testament to God's greatness, justice, mercy, and the importance of trusting in God's authority. These stories are not only fascinating, but also highly relevant to our daily lives. For more related content, click on the related video on the screen. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Please like and share this video.